Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel this evening. Is the one and only Bridgeman and my mate Fox. How we doing, gentlemen?
Good evening.
Well, can I say a big good evening to you boys in the panel, and a huge good evening to the guys in the lobby, and to all the Rangers fans all over the world who have been desperately waiting us getting back online. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
My mate Fox, how you doing, Fox?
How you doing? Aye. Getting
right.
by, mate. Aye.
Good man.
Looking forward to this. Looking forward to this bright new season. And I'm quite enjoying all the feedback for Spain and the signings that we're making at the moment, mate.
I think it'd only be apt. First of all, if we mentioned a couple of passes away we've had. The last time, obviously, Neil Cooper, who wasn't exactly weighs a lot, but played 17 games for our club. But in the last week, we've lost Johnny Hubbard, Bridgeman. I know that for a lot of people knew going to watch Rangers, Johnny Hubbard was a name in the past, but he was a bit of a pioneer, came over from South Africa, signed for our club in 1949, played for 10 years, 172 games with 77 goals, and had a great record with penalty kicks, and had an MBE as well, and anybody that ever met him, I know Fox had the privilege of meeting him not that long ago, always was touched with his enthusiasm for our club, and also what a genuinely nice guy. Bridge?
Yeah, I had the pleasure of going to a Rangers game when I was a wee boy, a young boy, let's put it out, not a wee boy, but a young boy, and he was playing, I think it was against the Lanark or something like that, Airdrie. I remember it was red and white, that's all I remember. And the chap next close took me over. His son, him and his son used to go, and he dragged me along with him, you know. So we went across there. You know, it was Liddendrum Chapel at the time. It was only 9 or 10 or something. And Johnny Hubbard was playing. The reason I know that is because the guy told us that the great Johnny Hubbard was playing. And I'm sure that Don Kitchenbrand was playing as well. He was also South African. And whether he came over at the same time as Johnny Hubbard, I'm not sure. But yeah, it was well thought of. The Rangers fans loved him. Obviously, if it was a penalty, it was going to be him that was going to take it, and he didn't miss many. In fact, I think in his life he only missed 3. Or was that just for the Rangers? Did he miss
65 penalties? He scored out of 68, 22 in a row.
So he missed 3, which is an amazing feat.
That's wrong, Bridge. He never missed any. The goalkeeper saved him, he said.
The goalkeeper saved him.
There we go.
We'll use that kind of spin then. No, it was. I remember seeing him, and some things just stick with you, don't they? And it wasn't until a couple of years later I was a regular going to Ibrox with the same man and his son. Drove us across, and it was just great to see. You know, wonderful stuff, and all the changes that took place since it. But can I just say from me anyway, rest in peace, Mr. Hubbard. Rest in peace.
Here, Bridge, here. And totally played 238 games for us. The 172 was league games. Scored 106 goals, Fox, before he moved to Bury, which is quite apt because that is obviously our first game of the season, friendly game at Ibrox. So maybe there might be some kind of tribute with both teams because he played 109 games for Bury and scored 29 goals. He had 1 cap for South Africa and also played for the Scottish League. When that counted, that was a feat, taking in the Scottish League team. He played 4 times back in 1955 and scored 2 goals, Fox. So the late great Johnny Hubbard gone, but Johnny Galton Hubbard gone, but will never be forgotten, Fox.
Aye, I'll tell you another fact about me. He was the first African to ever play in the European Cup. Did you know that?
I did not, mate. I did not.
Well, there's a wee fact for you. I think it was a French team. I think it was Nice at the time when he came on. And I think he also scored the first goal in the European Cup as well. If I'm correct on that, mate. And he was also, I think he was the first overseas player, and maybe still the first overseas player to score a hat-trick against the Monkey Mob, mate.
Might be the only one ever.
Yeah,
you know. So, gone but not forgotten, Bridge, but
yeah, absolutely.
Our condolences to the Hubbard family and all his friends as well. And also, for Rangers Radio, to Neil Cooper, who played for us back in 1990. 17 league games, 1 goal. I think he scored in his debut. So sad story as well. And R.I.P. Neil Cooper, who was a Rangers player, even though he made his name with Aberdeen.
Yeah, but he was a superb servant to Aberdeen. We can't forget that. He did really well. But yes, he came to Rangers and he did well for Rangers for the short time he was there. Absolutely brilliant. So again, R.I.P. Mr.
Here. Anyway, Fox, I think you've got a shout out you want to make. Last weekend, a shout out to Plymouth True Blues, mate.
Oh, aye, big shout out to Plymouth True Blues. Really enjoyed the weekend we spent down there last weekend. We were well looked after by the bar staff, as you know, Ox, and all the guys in it. Met a couple of right characters as well.
Yes, shout out to Big Lee, mate, who we met at the bar. Surprise, surprise. What a gentleman, what a story. Maybe one night we'll tell that story. Magnificent. The passion for our club was absolutely superb, considering how far away it is. And the big man had missed a home game in 5 years. What a trick that is. What a trick. To Plymouth True Blues, congratulations on your 30th anniversary dinner. It was a first-class evening to the boys we were sitting with. John, Mitch, Jim Hanna, and the boys we met after, a Mr. C. Steen and a W. Johnson. With a bit of a night, Fox, didn't we?
Mr. C. Steen.
Was the first night was a charity night in which they raised funds for different charities. That was very successful, mate. And then on the Saturday, they had the Founders Trail and a bar. So that was enough for us, mate. Absolutely brilliant weekend.
Yeah. And any Rangers supporter that's down in Plymouth, make your way to that club, you'll be made more than welcome, and it's a great wee bar, Fox.
Oh, terrific. They've done all that club themselves, mate. Renovated it, and they're still working on further renovations, and it's a terrific atmosphere in it. Real good Rangers show, mate.
I tell you one for that, I can't remember. But thanks, and just a shout out to John. I'll never forget your joke. You know what I mean, Fox.
Aye, oh God.
That was a topper. First class evening, first class weekend, first class company. Even Fox was in a good mood. There you go, Bridge.
Well, there's a surprise. But he must be feeling a lot better than he was at the tail end of last season when he was just he was nasty to everyone, wasn't he? Everybody he spoke to was nasty to.
Oh, he was walking about Plymouth, going here, there, everywhere, wasn't you, Fox?
Oh, wow.
Don't start on that.
Must have been the Sailor Boys. Was it the Sailor Boys?
It was worse than the Ghislaine Sands. They had me going up and down hills. I was breathless for the full weekend, mate.
I love it. Now you'll get up there, boy.
I'm breathless. It's your round, Fox. Just get me a drink, Ox. I'll see you in a minute.
Heard that one before as well, yeah.
That old chestnut. Anyway, a big shout out to everybody at the Plymouth True Blues, and thanks very much for a very enjoyable weekend. And I say thanks to the company. We spent a lot of time, as I say, Colin Steen, Willie Johnson, and Jim Hanna, Fox, and Old School Blue, who got his eyes opening in the weekend.
Oh, we lost him. We lost him for 2 years, remember?
His eyes open. He went for a wander, Fox. He went for a wander. And you blame me as well. And he was me straight home for the do.
No, I must admit, Old School Blue, and it did behave himself very well, mate. And the way he was swaying in the wind was something today. We've been near the sea. Nothing to do with
swaying in the wind, aye, right?
He'll be cut me off here. Oh, he stuck a photo of himself up there in the lobby, look. Oh. Anyway, carry on, Ox. That's that bit done.
Is that Old School in CS?
Yes, it is.
The 40? Yeah.
Big call to his mates, Bridge.
Huh?
Big call to his mates.
Aye, big call, yeah. To you guys, big call. I'm still waiting to meet him all these years.
He heard you weren't gone, that's how he came down.
Oh, he was very happy then.
Aye. He said he didn't want a stalker. Anyway, we move on. Since we've had the show, we've sent another centre-half. We've not heard your opinion on the 2 centre-halves, Bridgeman. We've signed a full-back. The boy for Liverpool's come in, Ovi. the midfield player, I believe, Fox. Is that right? We've seen since we last spoke. They all seem to have a trait apart from the boy Flanagan, but we're putting a bit of power into our team, Fox.
Aye, 3 big giants and the boy Ovie, Connor Goldson and Katic, mate. It's added a bit of physicality to the side that we could probably do with, and we're supposed to be chasing another 6'4" striker at the moment from
Roma.
Roma, his name is. Aye, so well, hopefully that one.
No, he's coming from Roma. He's coming from Roma.
Aye, on loan, mate. But it's putting a bit of height into the side. I think that was missing badly last year for me.
Well, I said this a long, long time ago. For me, unless they're Messi or Suarez or somebody like that, you don't want to be signing them. You're looking for people 5'11", 6 feet, something like that, or even over it. You don't want to be sending, if you can help it, smaller people, because the world is just full of tall guys. You're looking for tall, rangy guys with a bit of beef about them, and they're able to go to town and look after themselves. That's what
I've just had a message for the news hound, and you can take this anywhere you want. There's only one big call, he says.
Well done, CC. Well done.
It was his birthday the other day, and I must send him a wee PM, mate. Sorry about that, Colin. I'll see you when I see you.
All right. He must be getting age he can take his pension now, 55, isn't he?
Well, see what you're saying's right, Fox. See what you're saying's right. If the boy from Roma comes, he's supposed to be 6'4", upwards of 6'4", and I mean just slightly. And the two fullbacks, or two centre backs rather, is 6'4" and 6'3" or something, 6'4.5" and 6'3". I mean, that's fantastic. These are the type of guys I've been, as you know, probably.
But they've got to be mobile, Bridge, as well.
Yes, they've got to be able to play football. They've no good bringing people can't move, you know.
I think the thing is, I get your point of being big, but they've got to be athletic and got to be able to move.
100%. There are people there that can do it. All I was meaning was, you're looking for people, for me, that are strong on the ball and able to move. They've got to be able to move. No much point in if somebody can't move past the halfway line. So that's what I was meaning by that, you know. I'm looking for somebody that's not. They'll never be complete footballers because they're not. We don't have the money to bring them in. But seriously, you need tall, strong guys. You just look at the last time we played that mob for Crystal City, and they looked far fitter, far bigger. Everything about them looked different to us, you know, and we need to get that up there.
Great point. I mean, I've no heard the manager actually say it, but it's been in the media where he said we weren't fit enough. Something we've been alluding to on here, Fox.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure about that, mate. I thought that there was a lot of times that we finished games well. But I think he's looking more at the physical side of the game, mate. We've got to be more physical to compete, and I think that's what this side will show this season coming up. That we'll be stronger in the tackle, stronger in the air, and stronger on the ground with our pace and ability, mate. And I hope that's the way it turns out to be.
Not the fastest thing I've seen for a while, Bridge.
Who's that?
Somebody with the leader 20 fags behind.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
You ought to see him shift, mate. You ought to see him shift.
He forgets he's not well and he can't get breath. I'm burning my fags. Love it.
Anyway, if people want to join us on this summer special, shall we call it, Fox? What's the number?
0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Bridge?
Well, they can join us on Skype at RangersRadio.online, and Fox will make sure they get in okay and look after them.
Oh, just as you say that, we've been joined by our first caller. Evening, Big Ulster. How are we doing, mate?
How you doing, everyone? Yeah. Good to be back.
How are you doing, mate? All right?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you keeping?
Aye. How are you enjoying the World Cup, mate? How are you finding it?
Loving it. I've adopted Nigeria this tournament, so
I've seen photos of you on social media with that strange top on.
Oh, getting some stick for it.
They sold 3 million of them in one day.
I've got one of them. I'm wearing it now, believe it or not. Well, yeah. No, they're doing well. No, I'm enjoying it. But most importantly, I'm happy for the Bridgeman because he has been banging on for as long as I've been on this show for 2 big, solid centre backs. And I was looking at the training in Spain, and the 2 big fellas, beside other players, and they are 2 monsters. So hopefully that's the 2 big men that Bridge has been wanting.
Yeah. Well said, pal. Well said. And look, can I just ask a question to all of you, panel, and everybody in the lobby? I watch the World Cup, watch virtually every game, and you know what I find? I find that some of the most skillful players in the world, they don't seem to be able to control the ball. The ball comes to them and it runs off their foot or it bounces off them. I don't know whether there's something. I was asking Skip in the lobby the other night there, were they AstroTurf pitches or were they these 4G?
No, I think they're all grass, mate. I think the World Cup.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Grass.
I wasn't too sure, so I was a bit suspicious of that. Not suspicious, that's not the right word. A bit wary of that, and I thought, no, it must be the balls then. The way the balls move and spin.
I think it's just crap control.
Well, I don't. Well, that's what I mean. You see some of these guys, and they're absolutely fabulous football players with their close control. And you watch them sometimes in the World Cup. I don't know what's the pressure then. I don't know what it is, but they don't seem able to control the ball or kick the ball properly at times.
There's been a couple of wayward passes, real bad errors that you get shirted to Ibrox through. But what I think it is sometimes they're 2 moves ahead. They're trying to do something, and they forget to do the first move.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. But it's been okay. It's bubbling up. It's starting to bubble up. There's been some good games, some poor games, and some great entertainment. But it's starting to bubble up. And to be fair to Russia, people doubted how they'd host it, and so far so good. Fox.
I know I said they would only get a point, mate. At the first.
No, I'm talking about the whole actual tournament rather than the team, mate. But them hosting it,
This is the first World Cup ever for me that I've not really got into yet. I don't know if it was because we missed the opening couple of games or what, but I've been watching the games, but I've not had a great deal of interest. I've been more interested in the Rangers and watching all the wee clips for Spain and who we're signing next. My attention's been on that more than I have in the World Cup, mate.
Fair comment, but the big story is what I'm picking up. There's a big rivalry between yourself and Corby Loyal, who's going to finish bottom of the predictor table, mate.
Well, I've got to finish bottom because I can't give a prize to myself, can I?
No, well,
I've heard a lot in my life, but that's the biggest load of hash I've ever heard.
Actually,
a load of hash, you'll take that as a
load of hash. Mate. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that there.
By the way, I actually had a prize picked too. I was lucky enough to win a bottle of Royal Salute when I was doing it at Plymouth, and then I decided...
Royal Salute?
Aye, 120 a bottle. Mate.
Absolutely, I know, pal.
And I just decided to give all the members a drink.
Excuse me?
What is it? What?
All right.
Because you're doing for me.
No. It was Derby County. You didn't that's how drunk you were. I picked them all.
I paid the money. But...
No, you never.
No fighting in the circle, please.
Anyway, we gave the bottle away, so I'm hoping you win it now.
All right, okay, mate. Ulster, what's exciting you Rangers-wise at the moment, mate?
I think we're starting to get in good experience. I think those, tried and tested. Your man Connor Goldson's a good player. He's tried and tested in that centre back role. And going by the Brighton fans, they're pretty not annoyed, but some of them are actually annoyed. That he's left. They thought they had a real good player on their hands there. They'll be a bit disappointed that he's gone. And obviously this big Croatian, I don't think he's that far away from maybe getting a chance in the Croatian side. We can see by the World Cup how good they are. And his ex-manager was saying that he doesn't think he's filled his potential, that he's got much more to go, and he speaks highly of him. So I think that's what we need, especially watching the semi-finals at Hampton Park against them lot. And I was making comment to my mate, me and Beansy were over 2 years in a row, and we were saying that you look at our team and how small they were compared to that Celtic side. We looked like a lot of wee boys, to be honest, compared to them. And I think that's changing now with these taller, bigger frame players, to be honest. I think that's what we need. I don't think we've done far wrong last season. We scored the most goals in the league, but conceded far, far too many. So I think that's where
fair comment, mate. Fair comment. For me, I think we need a striker in and maybe another centre half. And listen, I know you mentioned small players, and I'm not being facetious when I say this, but I think it'd be only right to wish Jason Holt all the best in his move to Fleetwood Town, mate, because I think he's a guy, maybe just not up to Rangers class, but you could never fault his endeavour, Ulster.
No chance, mate. That's what I'm saying. We Holt, he gave you everything. Gave you absolutely everything, but then you have to look at his box, or actually, sorry, mate, where he went, Fleetwood Town. That tells you all you need to know. That's why these, they're good players, but they're not players that are going to win you a league, in my opinion, every single game, giving you a Rangers performance. They're due a few bad performances or a few games that maybe not up to standard, and I think that's why, nobody's been fighting over a contract for him, and he's went to Fleetwood, and I think that's probably his level. But wherever he goes in the future, mate, I wish him all the best of luck.
Yeah. Bridge?
I was hearing that Holt was going to be assistant manager to Kenny Miller at Livingston. That's what I was hearing.
He's only 25 or something.
No, I was hearing that was going to happen. It's all rubbish, of course. It's all rubbish.
Gary Holt?
Oh, big Gary Holt, of course. Of course. I was only thinking of Holt. I just heard the name Holt. Yeah, that's what it'd be. Gary Holt. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Pass me that revolver, Fox.
I know. Shoot me.
Well,
I think... no, absolutely. I agree with everybody when they say it about it. We always thought the world of Holt. They thought he did. Every time he came on, he played his heart out. Sometimes it didn't work for him. A lot of the times he was there, he was the man on the spot, made the space, made the ball, made the pass, scored a couple of goals for us. So many, many thanks, and I wish you all the success in the world with Fleetwood Town, and I hope it all works out for you. I really do.
Yeah, Fox?
Well, a lot of other players that have left the club, mate, he played his part in getting us up through the leagues, and it's just that now we're beginning to step up quality. Players like Jason, who played wholeheartedly for the club. I would like to thank him for his contribution as well, mate.
You hear, well said, Fox, and I'd just like to wish number 29 and Ulster, what's the number if you want to phone in?
Yeah, it's 01413561972.
Where else can you join us, Fox?
At RangersRadio.online. If you've called before, I'll have you on the computer. If you haven't before, send a contact request and I'll bring you into the show.
Fox, with a lot of people signing up for the site, obviously over the summer, if they sign up for the site, how do they get into the lobby, etc.? Can you maybe put that out? Because some people are maybe listening outside the lobby. You there, Fox?
If you sign into RangersRadio.online, you'll have the option to log in. You log in if you're putting your password and the name that you've decided upon, and then just log in. Simple as that. It'll bring you into the main lobby. If you don't log in, you won't see the lobby, but you can still hear the show.
Yeah. And where else is the show going out? Where else is Old School Blue Got is going out on? What else? What other medium?
Facebook.
We just put it in. Twitter.
Yeah.
Facebook. MixLR.
YouTube.
Instagram.
YouTube.
Everywhere.
And if
that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
After the show's finished, Fox goes out live on RedTube.
the two best ones, like definitely the Facebook and the MixLR are real good, because if you know what I mean, it likes the tonight there. If you guys have put a show out and say some people don't know for some reason, just say they haven't heard the show on, straight away they'll get a message through those two platforms to let them know that there's a show on, that the shows just went live. So I would say that I would recommend them two probably for the best. And then obviously as soon as the show's on, just come into the lobby and chat with the rest of the guys.
Oh, and he's got it in Periscope as well, Fox. Don't know how that works, but there you go.
See, while we're there, can I just give a shout out to Little Blue 72, a personal old friend of mine's. Back before, I think she's still Sweet Tartan Girl on Rangers Media. All the best if you're listening.
You all smoothie.
I have a couple
I was just about to say that, Oxter.
On you
go. I was just about to say that. Right smoothie, that old Foxy boy.
Yeah, I seen him with that barmaid last week, mate. It was embarrassing.
Shocking, isn't it?
Carry on, Ulster.
Well, first of all, Stephen McPherson. He's on, obviously, through the Facebook. He sent me messages in. He wants a big shout out for the LOL 137 Drum Chapel. It's their 60th anniversary parade tomorrow. So that's a big day for them. So if any of you are near there, take part and give the boys a cheer on the right.
But you must be due to go up there. You've walked these streets a few times, boy.
You give them a big cheer. I have indeed. You better believe it, pal.
And I think they've got the Founders Trail next week, isn't they? Oh, carry on, Ulster, carry on.
Oh, I just another one, obviously, is maybe just not a wee bit more of a sorrier sort of shout out is for our wheels, as we call him, Gary. He hasn't been too well again, unfortunately. He's been in the hospital the last couple of weeks, but we're hearing that he's hopefully getting out this weekend sometime. I think his health's improving a wee bit, but we all love Gaz and the show, and we all wish him the best and a speedy recovery.
Here, Gaz.
Can I just say, can I give a big shout out can I add to the shout out to the boys for the drum? Have a great day. Every one of you have a great day. It was a good place at one time, the drum.
Oh, a lot of good people come out to drum, mate.
Absolutely, but absolutely, and I'm one of them.
There's an exception to every rule.
Oh, sorry.
Used to say the only good thing about Drum Chat was the number 9 bus.
Number 9, yeah. Oh, but there's a few buses when I was a boy, you know, during the war.
Sure. What?
No, you know the old Uncle Albert. Remember Uncle Albert? That's what they always say about him.
During the war.
Bore the arse off of people, you know.
Don't put yourself down, Bridge. That's my job.
Well, the Coop's saying he's for there as well. Wonderful.
Well, the Coop's a gentleman. Listen, big shout out for you all at the show to our Wheels Foxer. Hope he gets well soon.
Of course. I hope he's out of the hospital shortly and back on the show, mate. Can I just also say I missed a call there. If your number ends in 709, please call again.
All right. Okay, are you busy?
I was, sorry.
All right.
Are you busy?
How's Royal Ascot? How's Royal Ascot? Just on changing the subject, just quickly, folks. How's it treated the Skype Loyal on the old GG's way up?
Been a bad week this week, mate. Bad week.
How many winners?
None. None. Out of 24 races, not one winner.
They can pick them, eh? They can pick them.
Foxy, I was watching a wee bit of it today, and I heard somebody saying there was a crazy stat going out. That allegedly there was only 2 favourites have won. Up until today, before today's races, there are only 2 favourites have won. Is that right?
Could possibly be true, eh?
Yeah, wow. Incredible.
There you go. A big shout out to all at Skype Loyal, all the boys that follow the horses, and our own Broxy Bear, you know, Broxy Teddy, sorry. We're all thinking about you, mate. Hope everything goes all right tomorrow, Biggin.
Is he going in for an op? Is he in for op again?
Shush, Bridge. But you said I hope everything goes all right for him tomorrow. You didn't mean you'd under torture, would you?
No.
You'd have told him everything, wouldn't you? Everything.
It depends who it is, of course.
Big Brock Day, love that guy.
They'd have just tickled you with a feather, wouldn't you? Aye. Big shout out to Broxy Teddy. And also, if he's listening, Foxy's smoking partner, I hope he's feeling alright. You know who that is, Fox. Anyway, so we move on. So, I'll go back to that point about the fitness Bridge. It's been out there about Foxy said he maybe thinks it's physicality rather than actual, if you like, running up and down, but I've got slightly different. There was times when I thought we looked as if we were running in treacle, our team. So if we become fitter out of the park, as Ulster alluded to, we keep them out of defence, we score the same number of goals. The recipe's there to have a successful season, mate.
Can't disagree with that. I think I use the word debilitating when you see it, and depressing when you've scored a lot of goals in a game. And I'll use the last game we played in the league against Hibs. To go to Easter Road and score 5 goals and come away with just a point is nothing short of shocking, isn't it? But we're down 3-0 within, let's say, 20 minutes. And for the rest of the game, we actually start picking ourselves up, and we end up, going 5-3 up, and we lose 2 goals. I mean, it's just crazy stuff like that. You can't go through your seasons continuously doing that. You've got to. It really is. It make you unfit. It make you you'd look really bad. You'd look really bad when you're on defensive. So we have to do something about it. We have to actually stop teams scoring goals against us, or as many, particularly Ibrox. We need to stop it. So my thoughts were many moons ago, want 2 giants in the centre half, take no prisoners, just get the ball at the park, and so on. Obviously we're still going to lose goals because that's what the game is. The game's all about that, isn't it? But not the way we've been doing. So somebody in that team is going to have to lead us. If it's going to be Lee Wallace, then Lee Wallace it'll be. If it's going to be still Tavernier, then Tavernier it'll be. My honest opinion, I don't know much about him, but the boy for Brighton would be my captain. The boy for Brighton. Was it Goldson? I don't know if he's a captain or not, but I would certainly think he would be, and I think that's who I'd go for.
Well, I don't think Lee Wallace will be at the club personally. I might be wrong, but I think Lee could move on because we've brought in another fullback, but we'll see. But captain, is that something you've thought about, Fox?
I don't think there's a great deal of experience between the 2 centre-halves. I wouldn't be making any of the 2 of them captain, even Connor Goldson, although he's played in the Premier League. I think I would look for somebody with a lot of games under their belt, has plenty of experience. Maybe Arfield could possibly fit that role. But again, he's not got a big pedigree at Ibrox. But the amount of turnover at players at the moment, I think it will be somebody new. And a bit like Bridge, if they're going to stick with somebody, I think it'll be Taverner, just for his experience of being at the club at the moment. But Arfield would be my outside bet to be captain.
All right.
Can I ask a question of you guys? Just to ask you a question. All the guys in the lobby, the guys in the lobby in the panel here. In fact, MD wants to take a comment on it. Do you think there's any chance that now that boy Flanagan's in, is it Flanagan he's called? Flanagan? I don't get it.
We'll call him Bud.
Bud, okay.
We'll call him Bud.
So now that guy Bud's in, do you think they will sell Tavernier?
No, not at the moment, mate. I think, put it this way, what we don't know is if James Tavernier's got a clause in his contract, that's what you don't know. Then he's got permission to speak to him, and you don't know where that's going to take you, Fox.
That's if Flanagan if he gets a game out at the moment, because his reputation. He had a good run at Liverpool a couple of seasons ago. He's a tough tackling fullback, can play either side. I could see Tav and maybe Flanagan shoving out Declan John at the moment. That's what I think, if he comes up to speed quick enough. Because Declan John, for me, is good at going forward, but very lightweight at the back. Taverner is very good going forward, but I think Taverner gets a lot of stick because he's positional sense. But in the tackle, Taverner's strong in the tackle. And I'd say he wins 90% of the tackles that he goes in for. So I think between that and the 2 big strong centre-halves, we'll probably stiffened up the defence quite a lot. So Flanagan and Tav for me, and definitely keep Tav. Don't let him go.
All right, okay. Can I just say we've had a shout-out on YouTube for John Smith and Fox. When I tell you about the identical twins and the trombone, you'll remember, John. So, all the best, John, for Plymouth.
Don't let that story go too far now.
The things that happened to us, Fox. Identical twins in a
Shockers,
trombone. That's all I'm saying, Bridge. I can't say any more.
They're a shockers, I'll tell you that.
Aye, well. Never a dull moment. Great company, John. It was a pleasure meeting you, mate.
And before you ask, Bridge, I wasn't playing the trombone, all right?
That was the next question.
I'm taking the fifth, Bridge. I'm taking the fifth. You need to speak, Ulster. Oh, God.
Yous are mental. Yous are all living your youth again. Yous headers.
I have to say, guys, I'm not being funny when I say this. This is probably, for everybody, and I don't know if everybody in Rangers Radio agrees with me, but I think for everybody, this is the longest close season ever. Seriously. I'm just desperate for the season to start. I'm desperate to see my team. I know they're away in Spain and we hear things about them, but not too much. You know what I mean? Maybe they're just
right.
Great plug. A wee bit. I'm just desperate to see them.
Great plug, Bridge. Right, so, we're going away. We'll get my first games coming up on Friday the 6th of July, Fox, yeah? Against Bury at home, yeah? Oh, he's away looking for his trombone.
Right, I'm here.
Fox, my first game, Friday the 6th of July against Bury at home, yeah?
Yes.
And then, Ulster, we've got the 2 European ties. The first game at home, what date is the first tie at home?
It's the 12th day of July. What a day. Brilliant. Couldn't have a better one. I can't remember the Rangers ever playing on the 12th. As far back as I... Now, you boys can maybe remember more than me, but, growing up, I can't remember it myself. I think this is the first in my time.
No, I can't remember it, mate. I remember running about the fair we played that shell burner at Tranmere. I remember being at that, but I don't think it was as early as the 12th.
Have we not got another game, Oxshare? Have we not got another friendly?
Then we don't play Wigan to the 29th. Yeah.
Oh, Wigan, right,
obviously, we might have the draw for the Europe. Hopefully, we'll have the next round of the Europa Cup in between there. And then we've got the league fixtures that came out as well since we've been last on, yeah?
Yes, indeed.
First game away from home against Aberdeen. What's your thinking on that, Bridge?
Well, I think a lot of folks say it, I always try to compare who we're playing. This is historic, of course, as to who they're playing. So if we're away from home, then they're going to be at home. And we should be playing against, shall we say, a similar type opposition. So that just to see what's happening. Now, what do they get? They get the team that's just been promoted, and we get the team that finished above us in the league. So, just crazy. However, we have to go, and we have to play them, and our team should be ready. It's as simple as that. If we can't be a better team than we were last year, then obviously, we've said this before, obviously there's something seriously wrong within our club. If we cannot put a better team out than we played last year. We beat them 3 times last year, or last season, should I say. So I'm under no illusions. As far as I'm concerned, we're going to go up there and we're going to tan them. And I want to tan them big style up at the
And we should have beaten them the one we drew in as well.
Absolutely, yes.
10 points out of 12 off them, yeah. We have nothing to fear against Aberdeen, Ulster, have we?
No, not if we're going to be serious about being title contenders.
Yeah.
No. We should be going there and doing a job. And it's good to see that Europe might actually help us because that's obviously an extra 2 games we'll have. To prepare ourselves. But we have to go up there. We've proved it last season with a weak Rangers side. That was a Rangers side that could not win at home. I think we lost or drew more games at home than we did win, if I think I'm correct, or it would be maybe 50-50. So, and we tanned that Aberdeen side 3 times, as you said there, Rox, and we should have probably beat them again. We came way up a draw. So this team, for me, the one we're building, is much more experienced, and I think it's a better side. So we've nothing to fear, in my opinion, going up there.
Call me, I mean, people can say, like, I'm no fussed about Aberdeen away. You've got to play. You're away from home. We know we're going to be away from home there. They have the flag day at home. That's traditional in the city, if you like. Get the Aberdeen game out the way, Fox, go there and win. What I can't get out of my head during the fixtures, it's 3 out of our first 4 games is away from home. How does that work?
Well, they say it was a computer that drew it, but I've got my doubts on that. I don't know. Aberdeen away, first game of the season, is going to be very tough for us. We've only got a short spell of time to gel a side full of new faces, get them playing right, and I think it's going to be tough up there for us. I wouldn't be worried about them if it was a 5th or 6th game, but right away I think that's going to be tough for us to win up there. Do you not agree with that?
I think we're going to... I'm going to put my neck out, Fox. I'm not saying we're going to beat Aberdeen, because you can't predict week to week, but I said it before and I'll say it again, we're going to end up with 20 more points than we did last season. And where that takes us, I don't know. Bridgeman? Bridge?
I was talking away to you there on mute. I do apologise about that. Yes, I agree with you. If it's indeed going to be 20 points better than we were this last season there, then it's going to be fabulous. Just fabulous. I think you have to respect what Fox is saying, because I think all the teams are toughening themselves up. I think this Mr. Gerrard coming up to Ibrox has caused panic in the ranks, particularly the clubs around about the same level as us, and then the wee ones below. They're all toughening up. So before, when they thought Rangers are going to be, we'll get a few goals off of Rangers, a few points off of Rangers, they're not going to get that anymore. Things are going to change, and they know it. So they're having to toughen up themselves. So yeah, it's going to be tough, but I've got every hope. I believe sincerely we'll beat them. I really do.
Yeah. So I'll start before we carry on with the fixtures. If people want to join us, what's the number?
Yeah, it's 0141 356 1972.
Or you can join us here at Skype at RangersRadio.online, where Fox will bring you into the call and you can talk about what, Bridgeman?
You can talk about anything you like about Rangers. If you're looking for anything else, Fox will speak to you privately.
Even identical twins and a trombone, mate, yeah?
Correct, absolutely.
Yeah, all right, I'll leave that one with you, Fox.
Don't forget the triangle.
There was no triangle, mate. No triangle. Oh dear. So we're first game in the league. So that's the run we've got. What's the name of the team? Pronounce it. How are we pronouncing the team we're playing in Europe, Fox?
Oh, pass that to Bridge. He's my foreign correspondent.
Puchki or something like that, is it? Puchki or something.
The Macedonian outfit.
That's it, you know. Oh, look, the thing is, they were fourth in their league. So it's a how is it our league compared to their league? It's as simple as that. Because we should, in fact,
when we played the team last year, we were third in the Luxembourg League.
Well, correct. We're all saying the Luxembourg League's absolutely shocking compared to ours. But the truth of the matter is, Celtic went over to Gibraltar and lost 1-0. We only went to Luxembourg and lost 2-0. Do you follow what I mean? So we went away from home and we lost 2-0 against a very good team. I know.
When you're in a hole, please stop digging.
No, listen to what I'm saying. It's very important.
In Glasgow Rangers history, mate.
Of course it was. I'm trying to say that to you. But when you look at the other side of the coin, there was no... The man came out after the game and said, no embarrassment. We got beat 1-0. No embarrassment. That was the worst. That's their worst result. No, apart from us. That's their worst result. So I'm not under any illusions about that.
They went through. We never.
Of course they did. I'm trying to say that to you. But in reality... They went there, lost 1-0.
41 minutes of the summer special to talk about.
I don't want to talk about them. I'm just saying that's what happened. We're going to go across there. We're going to leather them.
You're right.
I've had a wee look at their ground on YouTube. It's not a great stadium, but I think we're going to change that. We know. Are we playing?
There's rumours. Yeah, there's rumours that I think there's a bigger stadium. I think it's something like 39,000. That's in the capital of that place.
Skopje, is it Skopje?
Skopje or something. I think Yeah, so they might move it to that.
So it's a tight wee stadium where anything could happen. So when we play them at home on the 12th, we've got to put this tie to bed and leave ourselves open like we did when we got knocked out last year. If Jared's got them up to speed, we're hoping to win 2 or 3-0, I would say, at Ibrox, and hopefully cruise through this round.
Here, Foxy.
So that's Bury on the Friday, the Macedonian team on the 12th of July on the Thursday. We play them on the following Tuesday. And then obviously hopefully progress and the games will start coming thick and fast then, Fox, before we build up to the Wigan game on the 29th. And then away to Aberdeen on, I think, Sunday the 4th.
But we've got to get off to a good start. As I say, I'm a wee bit worried whether we can gel a team together for this opening salvo between Europe and the league. And we'll get our first look when we play Bury, mate. We'll see. At least Bury will give us a good game, I would think. I know they're a lower standard of what we were hoping to play for a friendly. Maybe the supporters were looking for a bit of a glamour friendly. But they'll be organised and there'll be a tough wee game for us. So if we can deal with Bury, I would hope we could move on to the European game and deal with them, you know.
One game at a time, guys. One game at a time. Are we going to play anybody over at in Spain? Are we ending lined up playing a wee?
No games, mate. To Bury, mate.
Pub team.
Just changing the subject. So the boys in the lobby have just had a PM for Mrs. Padge, and all it said is LOL, LOL, LOL. Fox. Mr. Gerrard, Stephen Gerrard, MBE, yeah, he's come into my club, he's upped our profile, he's interviewing, he's taking on the press, he's dealing with the press. The profile of the club's going through the roof. We're all dying for this strip to come out. The positives, we wouldn't have seen 3 months ago, we wouldn't have seen it coming when we were on our knees with Hampden and then Parkhead within a couple of weeks, you know. We were really worried about the future of the playing team. And now the positivity we're talking about. I know we're saying we're definitely going to win the league, we're saying we're going to compete. The jigsaw's coming together. How many bits are missing for you? Fox first, then Ulster, then the Bridge.
Again, we'll not know till we see them play. But there's a couple of signings come in. We've looked... especially the two centre-backs. We thought the same with Alves and Cardozo. I want to see them work out first before we try and make any predictions on how we'll do going forward. I don't know what else you want me to say on that point, Paul.
No, but what bits are missing? You're Stevie G, what you looking to sign? Are you happy with the midfield? Do we need another centre-forward? Do we need another winger? Is there anything missing for you?
I would personally like another centre-back if Alves is going. If Alves is staying, I'd be quite happy with that for another year. I think we could do with another striker. I don't know if Jason Cummins is going to come back to the club or no. It seems to have went a bit cold in that trail. We're trying to now to get a loan player, but I'd like to see us buy a decent centre-forward to help out Morelos. Midfield, I think we've got good option in midfield, although there's doubts over Graham Doran's been sent home for another x-ray on his knee. So, but I think we're comfortable in midfield with the players we've got. And defensively, as I say, just the centre-back for me. We've done well by getting an experienced goalkeeper in Alan McGregor back, and he'll be ably backed up with Big Wes. So everything else I think is looking good. And there's about 40 days left of the transfer window, and we'll need to see what else, if we can get any other surprises before the end of it.
All right, same question to you, Ulster, then, Bridge.
Well, so far, striker, I think we definitely, and I think we will, and get a striker in, but I think that's what's needed, definitely. I think a good thing is we're Flanagan signing, and I was reading up about him, and he's played before in a back three, so he's used to playing there. So maybe they'll do what another thing what Bridge has been calling for, maybe that back three and the five in the midfield. That might maybe push the likes of Declan John and Tavernier, maybe push them a wee bit further up, and then use their attacking prowess, obviously, and then you've got your three new signings and the three centre backs, which is, I think it's a good option, because sometimes in the past we've been a team that's predictable and we haven't been able to really change up the play. Whether now we've got maybe options to completely change our formation in game if we have to. So it's a good thing for me. But midfield, we've got a load of people in there. Striker, I think if we're going to start the season, I would definitely look at a really good top striker. If whatever money's left, in my opinion, I would put a lot of it into the striker, someone proven.
Anybody that springs to mind for you, mate?
Not really, to be honest. Trying to think of who we could buy, I don't know. But I think probably will. Well, I know Ali McBurney. He's been rumoured for a long time. Another one I think would do pretty well for us would be Greg, to be honest. But I don't know if we would be able to afford him, or I don't know if we'll be even interested in him. I'm not sure.
He's in the Championship now. They're getting decent money, mate.
Well, this is it, and he's a proven goal scorer. He's. Well, we'll wait and see. Yeah, whatever. But I'm sure Gerrard will get the right man in.
The jigsaw bits for you, Bridge. Is there anything missing for you, mate?
Well, I think I'm a bit concerned because we haven't heard how Ryan Jack's doing, for instance. We know that
Ryan Jack.
I heard he's fit. Yeah, I know he's fit, but we haven't heard how he's been doing in the from the manager's perspective. Is he fit? Is he ready to go, and so on and so forth. He may say I'm fit, I'm happy. I think he's a smashing player. I would like him to be playing in my team. But another concern comes in. The young boy came from Hamilton. Yeah? What was his name again?
Greg Docherty. So is he going to get a game this? Because he never got a game at the tail end of the season. And then, of course, you've got, what's his name, Dorrans. And Dorrans apparently is injured. He's come back to Glasgow. He's come back to Glasgow for an X-ray.
Yeah, because he's apparently got a knock on the knee. So there we're nearly getting to the start of the season, and we don't know if those three people who were key in our thoughts for our midfield, will they be available? I don't know. So there's gaps.
There's only Dorrans that.
No, I'm trying to say to you, from a management perspective, are we saying that the young lad Docherty and what's his name? Oh God Almighty! For Aberdeen again. I keep slipping in my mind. Ryan Jack. So I don't know if Ryan Jack and Greg Docherty are actually going to be in at the front of the manager's mind.
That's a different issue. Whether he's going to. But the two
exactly. of them. That's what I'm saying. We're not hearing whether, in fact, this is what he thinks he's going to do. We're not hearing that. What I do hear is that the big fella at 6'4", a centre forward. If we get him, I'd be very happy. Very, very, very happy.
But I do think we need.
I'd be very happy that I've seen a couple of bits on YouTube or something about him, and he looks really good. Obviously, they can make these up, We've seen that because they made the Pena look brilliant, didn't they? So unfortunately, we've still got some baggage. We need to move on. I would dearly love whatever the manager's going to do. Get a centre forward in, and if it's a young lad on loan, and let's see how we go on with that. Brilliant. Again, it's hesitancy. And with me, because I don't know if we're going to keep Morelos, and I don't know if we're going to keep Tavernier. I just don't know. So there might be big holes there that the manager's got to go out and fill in. Simple as that. Just may have to do it. But this is going to be 8 players, isn't it? My goodness gracious, that's nearly a full team.
There'll be more. Definitely there'll be more. I have a feeling that if Rossiter, if he can stay fit, I have a feeling there's a real player in there, to be honest. Because he was out for a long time and obviously came back playing in the youth and was doing really well. I thought he played pretty well in that last. I know it was only last game of the season against Hibs, but that was a pretty high intensity match, and I thought he done really well there. I think if you can keep him fit, and with Gerrard, people like Gerrard obviously and Gary McAllister, top midfielders in their day, world class, teaching him the way forward, I think he could be a big player. Hopefully for us next season.
Big season for the boy Docherty. On you go.
Do you think we might see Windass playing up front?
Possible.
I know you mentioned that the other night. We were having a chat, mate, when I was getting your postcode so I could send you that trombone back. But for me, I don't see him playing as a forward. I think his position would be, if you like, the number 10 role. I couldn't see him playing his back to goal, personally. You know, I just don't think he's that type of player. Bridge, I don't know if you think. Any thoughts on that, mate? You gone, Bridge?
No, I was on mute again. Sometimes I just switch it off and I don't know what I'm doing, if you follow what I mean. No, I think Windass, according to what we were hearing, Windass is going to be the perfect player for our manager. So where he's going to play him is going to be intriguing. I have to agree with Oxtear and say that he's never going to play up front, if indeed he goes for the big 6 feet guy, you know, this big monster guy, and he keeps Morelos.
He could play off somebody, Bridge.
Yeah, of course he could. Yes, absolutely. But I think if he's in there, he's going to take up a space from a midfield perspective. I don't know what the manager's going to do with him, other than the fact that we only hear stories. We hear that the manager likes him and he met him wherever it was, in Dubai or something like that, and told him, "Oh, you're my man. You're going to be with us." So we don't know if there's any truth in it or not, to be honest.
What about yourself, Ulster?
Yeah. Well, like, Fox has always, to be fair, put a case forward for Windass. It's all about trying to get the Windass that you get for 10 or 15 minutes for maybe 60 or 70 minutes. If you get that player playing the way he shows, the wee glimpses that he shows, and if he's doing that on a regular occurrence, he will be a nightmare for any defence. We've seen his stats are fantastic, but unfortunately, just sometimes, you know, when the going gets tough, he seems to flutter out of games. I think that's why people get so frustrated with him. But if Gerrard thinks there's a player there, and I've no doubt he'd bring the best out of them. But if we can get a Windass playing 60 at 70 minutes at least, you know, being involved and creating chances and having shots, then you'll have a cracking player there. It's just trying to get that player, you know, more often than not involved in the game.
Right, the reason I asked was during his interview, which I saw on Rangers TV, he stated that he'd like to score 10 more goals than he did last season, which would take him about 25, 26 goals. So it sounds to me as though the manager's already spoken that he's got a role in the side. And the only place I can see him being is up front, because I don't think he's strong enough to play in the midfield. He's been fun out when he's been left out in the left. That he's not really coped with that role. So I was just wondering if it was possible he would play off Morelos in the middle, you know.
Oh, well, we'll come back to that once you've given us a tune, mate.
I sailed the wild Atlantic, across the broad Pacific shore. I sailed around the stormy capes and I've heard the 40s roar. I've climbed the Indian Ocean and I've sailed the China Sea. But there's a sea back home in Scotland, more than all the rest of me. It's the blue sea of my rock. It's the cleanest sight that I have ever seen. The blue sea of my love. And it's not covered with just where I sleep. No more I'll sail the seven seas. No more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the earth again. I'm back where I belong. And we are lucky Saturday. I'll join the mighty throng. With flags and banners all around, I'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue sea of my thoughts. It's the cleanest sight that I
It's
you like that one?
Blue, blue, blue sea of vibrant. Sorry, guys. Just love that number.
Oh, you're not alone, Bridge. You're not alone. You're not alone. Is he, Fox? You're not alone in liking that one.
That's the first song I want to hear when we open up this season. Whole crowd singing that, and giving Gerard what he expects to see out of Rangers crowd, and hopefully Gerard gives us as a support what we expect out of Rangers team.
Do you think the Gerard effect, we usually get about 20 odd thousand that were the sort of bounce games, and obviously against better opposition than Bury, but do you think the Gerard effect could maybe double that, Bridge?
Good chance. When I speak to my brothers and things like that, and I talk about these things, remember these games are going to be awkward days, awkward times, if you follow what I mean, you know. And plus the fact that a lot of folk are still on holiday. But yeah, I would hope that we're starting to, the Gerard effect starts to pick up. And I think, to be honest, when it gets to July, I don't know when in July are we going to get the strips and things like that, you know. I think there's a lot of guys waiting on that too, you know. But yeah, I think we're going to see quite a good crowd. I wonder, is it a Friday night? Did I hear you saying it's a Friday night?
Bury is a Friday night. I mean, I get your point. I mean, Big Ulster and that, it might be terrible for them if they wanted to come out. If not, it maybe win for a friendly. But there's opportunities for other people to maybe take the kids along a nice summer night who might not be able to get the rest of the year, you know.
Well, I was over at Ibrox making sure my season ticket was up to date as far as the availability is concerned. I got a mail from him saying, you know, if you don't hear from us, you'll be okay. And I thought, no, wait a minute, I'm going over. So I went over and spoke to them and made sure my ticket was okay, my season ticket. And once again, he said to us, well, we haven't taken any money off your account yet, but if you see it coming off soon, then you know you're all right. I said, no, I'm asking you now. Am I all right, you know? He says, yeah. So anyway, he was telling us that I think it's 45,700 or something like that. Season tickets sold. Could be more now because that was at the beginning of the week. But I think, he says, we have to keep so many thousand. He says, we can't just sell every season ticket. So there you go. So we're way up for over 45,000, nearly 46,000 season tickets. Fantastic.
All right, brilliant. Obviously, the demand's going to be very high this year, and hopefully the results will reflect in the support, Fox.
I think we'll get a good crowd at Bury. Friday night is quite popular now for going to football, and as you rightly say, there'll be a treat for a lot of fathers to take their kids along to the game. I think we'll get nearly 40,000, mate. That's what I'm betting on.
That's good.
About 40,000. Remember, we've got a big party next day in the city.
Well, what a way to start the weekend.
You can't do 2 days in a row.
Managed down in Portsmouth.
You were in Plymouth.
That's how I managed.
That's how good a time he had. He couldn't remember where he was.
Portsmouth, Plymouth, all the same to me. Any port in a storm, they say, innit?
I've never seen the water once.
Shocking.
Anyway, not to worry. Maybe yourself, Ulster, I know obviously friendlies and that I get, but what's your thinking on the Gerard effect?
There's no doubt about it. There's going to be tons of fans desperate to go there for his first game, and as you said, bring their sons, and that's what we're hoping for, because these last few years, obviously, we haven't been doing too great. Maybe lost a few young birds through it, you know, who are watching the side every week, maybe not doing too great, but I bet you we've got thousands back, desperate, telling their dads they want to go, especially the Bears in Glasgow and the Scotland in general. They'll be desperate for their fathers and their grandfathers to take them to that game, because they'd want to see Steven Gerrard standing on the edge of that pitch, because that's the wow factor. I think it's a great coup by the club. I think you're going to get a great crowd. You get a great crowd at Bury, I think, definitely.
Anyway, if people want to join us, what's the number, Fox?
0141 356 1972.
Well, where else can they join us, Bridge?
They can join us at RangersRadio.online, and they can link in there on Skype. And if they get any problems, Fox will sort them out and bring them in nicely.
Fox is the man for sorting out problems, isn't you, Fox?
Absolutely.
No comment.
That's shocker, man, isn't it?
All right, so we'll get the Bury game on the Friday night, the tie on the Thursday. I think that'll be a sellout, mate. I really do, the tie on the Thursday night. Sensible pricing for both games. Good crowds, and as Bridge says, people are... How well have we done to keep the first team strip under wraps, Fox? There's no leaks, no nothing so far, is there?
I thought
everybody's desperate to see it.
I thought I read the other day, somebody put in, I think it was Follow, that was the end of the contract. It must have been Tuesday or Wednesday, so maybe we'll see
Sports Direct.
Yes, well, maybe we'll see
the Puma soon. I didn't read it like that.
As far as I know, we can't take up the actual contract finishes. Our actual contract finishes on the 31st of July. The end of the deal, it's a year ago they signed the deal, the new deal, and that's the date they were going by there. But I don't think we can do anything until the 31st of July, till it's all wrapped up. I'll be very happy when the 31st of July comes in, because this is one thing Rangers need to get it off their books, get them away, and get all these Sports Direct. Providing we're not with them, just go with somebody else. Just get all that away, get all the advertising away.
Rumour to be GD Sports is going to be with
JD.
Yeah. That's the rumour. I mean,
that's good.
Nothing's been confirmed, but the possibilities are. Who Mr. Ashley used to have shares with, but I think he sold them, so he's not got a say in that. So
I don't know much about Sorry.
Just a sports chain, a bit more, obviously. Yeah. You always enjoy going in shopping in Sports Direct. Cool. It's a wee bit upmarket. JD Sports.
God almighty.
JD Sports is a lot more upmarket. It has all the top sports gear. So there's one here in Lisburn, so that's handy for me. There's actually my Sports Direct I would have to go to would have been in Belfast, but obviously we're going there anyway because of the whole situation. But yeah, JD Sports just at the time, brilliant, and it's and they do all the Northern Ireland kits. They have the kits for Northern Ireland JD as well. So over here, so yeah, that's brilliant.
Is it how big are JD Sports then? Are they sort of national or international?
Well, that'll be a new shop for you to shoplift out of, mate. You'll be quite pleased about that.
Oh, the reason I'm asking is because, I'd been on a cruise.
Spanish no bad for Fox.
No, I'd been on a cruise there, and everywhere we went, I looked for sports shops.
Well, you don't get a lot of sports shops in Dunoon and Rossi, mate.
Well, I'm just saying, wherever I went, I looked for the sports shops, and sure as shooting, I'll tell you what, they were selling millions and millions of the Barcelona and the Real Madrid strips, let's put it that way. They were just, they've got shops everywhere, but
the whole of Southern Europe's full of them, mate. Maybe Juventus as well.
Absolutely, pal.
Yeah. Is that black strip that we've been seeing in the videos for Spain? Is that just training gear? The Hummel
training
stuff?
Gear, Fox.
I think that's quite a good jersey. I think I might get one of them myself.
You want to go training, Fox?
No, but I'll look the part.
Oh.
I hope they do it right, because I remember when I was growing up, anytime you went to the superstore, there was jewellery, there was absolutely everything Rangers related. You could have bought anything, especially when you went online and stuff. However, these last few seasons, in my opinion, the quality's not been great, and there hasn't been that big amount, of stuff to get. Even when we got the contract sorted, I was looking on the site for the girls for stuff for them, for their rooms, etc. And because I remember we used to get curtains, you name it, you got it on the site years ago for me when I was growing up, and I couldn't get anything we got for the girls. So hopefully with JD Sports and Hummel, they get something sorted in Rangers, and we can get a lot more stuff.
Speaking about that, Ulster, I was watching tonight's news, and they were interviewing. Was it the news or is it a video I played on YouTube? Anyway, they were talking to one of the new guys, the young lad from Croatia, and he was wearing a Hummel polo top. And that looked quite smart. It looked really good, and I thought I hope they start pulling that stuff through the shops as well, because it looks really good. I'm quite excited about it all. For two reasons, of course. One, that we're going to start earning our own money with a decent contract that we've agreed to. And the other is we'll possibly get rid of Sports Direct. That would be just a wonderful day for me. Wonderful day.
I know. What's your Bridge, your facts on that? It's a Hummel training centre now. You okay with that? Does it bother you?
Well, we've said on here, it's been mooted a couple of times that should we give whatever it be, change the name. We've never wanted to change the stadium name, and I think that's probably the next best thing. Now, I didn't know about it happening. I just know that it happened. I think I knew it happened when I saw them on the news. Somebody was standing talking to somebody just outside the Hummel training centre, and I thought, where's the Hummel training centre? And of course, ding-a-ling-a-ling, it's Auchenhowie. But I'm very pleased with that. I'm delighted. They must be getting some investment from them to do that. I hope so. Does anybody know?
Of course, I'll pay for it, mate. And obviously,
no. I'm saying, does anybody know?
No, there was no amounts. There was no amounts mentioned.
No.
Obviously, it'll all be in the accounts. But I mean, obviously, the Gerrard effect, great for Hummel, mate. For them, the time that just. I bet you they all their Christmases at once, Ulster.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, Hummel must be. They must be jumping for absolute joy. You imagine how many times you're going to hear that this season of Sky Sports News. Stephen Gerrard at the Hummel Centre. You know, and you're sitting going, that must be amazing for them. Stephen Gerrard at the Hummel Training Centre. And that's going to be said quite often, especially through the season. They must be rubbing their hands. What a winner they've got there. And hopefully the club have got a good amount of money for it. Ibrox is different. That's sacred. That it's a split between the fans. Some fans are happy to call it whatever. To get big investment in. Other fans are more traditional and they want to keep it as Ibrox. Wherever the training centre, I don't think will be an issue for anybody because obviously that's something we wouldn't visit a lot as supporters. That's obviously where the players do their training. So, yeah, well done to the club of Keegan.
Do we know when it... Sorry, pal, sorry.
Fox, what's your view on it, mate?
Oh, no complaints whatsoever. If we're making money off the name change, that's more money in the kitty. I'm quite happy with that. I think Hummel are beginning to look as though they're going to be a good deal for Rangers, and I hope the relationship works out well for both of us.
I thought he was an all-South African when he came round the corner when I seen him last week, Bridge. Blue flip-flops on, white shorts, and one of these snide orange Hummel tops, mate. Fox, get yourself
I wouldn't buy a snide shirt, you know that.
What a sight it was.
When do we know? Do we know when this Hummel training centre took place? It's only in the last few weeks for sure.
Where have you been? You've only been on a cruise. You've not been to Mars.
No, but I'm saying I don't. I'm trying to say that I don't remember it even happening until I saw it on the news.
10 days
it might have happened while I was away.
10 days ago when we were worried about you.
10 days ago, right? That's what it was.
To be fair to you, Bridge, there wasn't a big hullabaloo about it.
No,
it just suddenly appeared.
And by the way, what you said, I'm delighted. Absolutely delighted. As long as the Rangers are getting some money out of it, it's Auchenhowie at the end of the day. And I think the main thing about it is it's not Murray Park anymore. I'll slip straight in from Auchenhowie to the Hummel Training Centre. I'll be quite happy with that. No problems at all. I'm really happy it's not Murray Park anymore. Simple as that.
What about the new fan zone that they're going to try, Bridge? Do you fancy that?
Well, look, the wee fan zone that they've got outside what do you call it? That used to be the Edmondson House. They're not using that, are they? They're going to move it across the road or something.
I think it's across for the
main
stand where the wee 7-a-side football pitch
good
is.
Then. I'll be delighted if they open something like up there. And I believe they're going to open it up before the match and after the match as well. For the youngsters, so I'd be delighted with that.
Not just for the youngsters, mate. It's for the adults as well, mate.
For the adults as well. Is there
you'll be able to get a refreshment there. Is that?
Oh, there'll be a refreshment. That's great.
That's what I'm.
So
I ain't got.
So where are they getting the refreshment? Have they opened the premises there? Is there a premises there? Are they taking something over? I'm trying to think what it's like there, other than the wee pitch. Is it part of the school there or something?
No, there's a complex behind it.
Right. Okay.
The other side of it, yeah.
Okay, but see, I remember it now. Yeah,
I know you came in that sub when you got in that Copland Road, but if you go into the main stand, you'll see the rest of the stadium. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. I don't take much notice of. I remember we talked on here one time about Foxy mentioned if it's a sin that they're building houses.
Oh no!
So my thought was that
on that.
No. My thoughts was that they were building houses right up to the block behind the school, and I didn't realise there was any. And from a complex perspective, there was any big there. I've wanted Rangers to take over everything there, including that old school. Take it over, because I don't think it's a school anymore. But buy it over, and my thought was that initially was going to be the museum, the school, and the complex for training. It used to be, I don't know where it was going to be, but I think under Charles Green that was the thought process. And then they were going to move the ticket office into where the big mega store is now, and then open up the Edmiston House to be a lounge for the players, for the fans. And the mega store there underground. That's what I was led to do.
Can I just give a shout out to Craig, a new listener, who's a relative of our good old school Blue. We know you love the Rangers, Craig. Keep listening. Carry on, Fox.
I just think it's a smashing idea. It's something that's been talked about on here for ages, somewhere for the fans to go. Hopefully they can put up some sort of big marquee where, in case it's raining, people can still enjoy it. It's supposed to be supplied both by bars, local people that are been given the opportunity to give food and drink. So I think if everybody behaves themselves, I think it's a tremendous thing. Because sometimes you've got to arrive really early at Ibrox now because the subway is absolutely mobbed. You don't want to be rushing at the last minute, and I would go along 2 hours before the game and go into there. I think it's a great idea.
And give the club a few quid?
Of course, and as I say, I know it's going to be just a one-off at the start, but if it's a real success, then maybe carry on with it.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
But the fans have got to behave themselves. We can't have any incidents in it or anything like that. If we're getting the chance to have a beer before we go in, I mean, Club 8, the Bar 72, etc., and the other amenities inside Ibrox are well crowded out. So it's something for the rest of us to go and stand and have a play. It's a great meeting place for people.
Here, mate. Here. It'd be good for yourself also when you've travelled, you have the bus, you've got somewhere to go, and it's Rangers related.
Exactly, and the problem is too, like me growing up, my dad, you're always trying to search for somewhere to drink. Obviously, well, not me, I was young, but Dad and all the boys were. And you know, sometimes you're given a packet of crisps in a Mars bar and sort of sit out there, son, you know what I mean, because you're not allowed in. However, now me bringing wee William Jr., the young nephew, over. You know, at the few games I brought, I can understand what my dad was going through when I was a wee nipper, because it's really, really hard to get them in anywhere. Because there's seats there and they want them for punters drinking, obviously, and you can understand that. Whether if you have something like this, a big complex where the likes of me now, I'll be using this. If this goes off and this is continued, this is where I'll be going from now on, because number one, I'll still be able to have a drink, and number two, the young lad will have somewhere he can, you know, I mean, other young players will be about and there'll be different things on. You know what, and keep them interested, and you know what I mean, rather than sitting about and being maybe a wee bit bored before games.
Is this another income source, Fox?
Potentially, Bridge. Potentially. It's only a trial, Bridge. And
that's magic. I'm happy. As long as the money goes to the club.
It doesn't have to make a lot of money. For me, it's going to do is fulfil a gap that's there for the fans. As we all know, sometimes you go to Ibrox, it's stoating off the ground, and you've nowhere to go, and I think it's great. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know how many it's going to hold initially, so we'll need to see how the first day goes.
To see if it suits people.
No, I mean, there's
plenty of people out there.
It's not just about drink either, Bridge. I mean, there'll be coffee and tea stalls.
No, I'm saying that as long as whatever
it
is they're selling, it's an income, a small income stream for the Rangers, and whatever money the Rangers fans are spending, the Rangers are getting some of it, if not all of it. I'm quite happy with that, delighted. Because as far as I'm concerned, our club desperately need money. Not desperately, there's no skin, but any monies that are coming, I'm sick and fed up with hearing that some lawyer or lawyers company or accountants have grabbed all the money and we've got nothing. We don't get nothing at it. I want us to be standing on our own feet and fighting for everything.
Oh, mate, if you look at the business plan, and you look 2 years ago and you look where we are now with the Hummel deal, talking how he being sponsored, the season ticket money, all the other things that have been sorted out, small things with the revenue streams, mate, our income is going to
start to go up again, isn't it?
Aye, it's going to grow. If we can get the run in Europe Ulster, we're going to start. We're going to, and then if we get rid of some of the dross that we've been paying wages for and get players that are actually going to be part of the first team squad, we're going to be self-sufficient, eh?
That's what exactly, mate, and that's what we need. It's a massive club, and it's been treated wrong, and it's been run wrong. There's been people obviously looking more in the past, maybe more for themselves. They fill their own pockets rather than the club, and now we've got a board in place, and yes, they have their faults. I'll be the first to say it. But when you look at what they've done business-wise, I think it's very, very good. That Hummel deal is a cracking deal. JD Sports, if forget it, is a top, sports shop who people will be happy to go into. And obviously the likes of the European, if we can go farther, I'm expecting to go farther than we did last year. That's another thing. And then you've got this fan zone as well, where people will definitely attend it. And if you can get, ex-legends involved when you're sitting there having a wee pint, and you've got the young boys there with you, and they're bringing them over to meet these legends. If it goes off, obviously people will keep using it. And I think that's the right way to go. If we want to be successful and not get ourselves into positions that we've been in the past, then you need to use every avenue you've got to bring money in.
Fox, for revenue streams, this strip thing, do you think it's going to be as big as some people imagine?
I think there's loads and loads of Rangers supporters who either go to the games or can't manage to get to the games, mate, will subscribe very well to the strips. Myself, I think I'm too old to wear a strip, but I'll still buy them. And I think a lot of people will be the same way. I think Rangers and Hummel will do well out of this strip deal. And the more success we get with one deal, and it gets about the community that we're back, I think we'll get more and more sponsorship coming into the club. I think it's vital. It's really vital for us to make the Hummel deal successful, both as a club and as fans. As I say, it'll bring in more sponsorship, and the more sponsorship we bring in, the better players we can buy.
That's what it all comes down to ultimately, Bridge, yeah? Getting the shekels in so you can buy better players.
Oh, yeah, this is what it's about. Like, everybody knows how I feel about the club. It's very sad over the last few years. Very, very sad. But we're here now. We're back up, and we're ready to start fighting now. As far as I'm concerned, we need to, as Mr. Gerrard says, let's go, guys. Just let's go. We need to keep our chin up and march forward. It's as simple as that. And I'll be happy when we clear out some of the crap that's been there. As I say, I know you guys are telling us that this deal, the ship deal and all that, I want to wait till it starts. Once it starts, I'll be happy. And then we can see what
Can I ask you something, Fox? And I'll go to Ulster next for this. I know it sounds really corny, but would you market the Gerrard number 8?
I don't know if I would. Well, obviously Gerrard would need to get a cut. Would it be beneficial to us, or would it just make money for Steven Gerrard? He'll probably have the image rights for anything with his name on it. So I don't know if it would benefit the club.
All right. What about yourself, Ulster?
So I need to run that by me again, mate. One of the daughters came into me there.
Can they get rid of the lasses? Right. Would you have Gerrard number 8 as a standalone selling strip, mate?
Flip, that's a good idea. That's actually, I never thought about that, to be honest. That's a cracking idea. That's another, you would get a lot of people buying into that, mate. definitely. That's a good idea, actually.
I'm full of good ideas. That's how Fox ended up with 8 twins.
Fair play. That's a good one, mate. I would say that will sell well, definitely, if they did that. Yep.
It might not. I mean, what I'm talking about is worldwide, not just because that's where Gerrard appeal is. I mean,
Gerrard is like. I'm not dissing Rangers at all. Rangers are a massive club throughout the world, and we all know that. But the name Steven Gerrard is worldwide. You know what I mean? He is so well renowned around the world. As you say, if you were selling shirts, official shirts with his name on the back and his number on the back, yeah, I think that would go well.
Do you know thing we need to be careful? It's not all about Steven Gerrard, mate. This is Rangers Football Club. It's about Rangers. I'm not so sure that would be good for us to just associate everything with Gerrard. It's Rangers and Rangers strips I want to see sold.
Well, what about a Rangers strip? They only have a number 8 in his.
Aye, I know, but all the press, it's always Gerrard. Now, I'm all for Stevie Gerrard, but it's Rangers, the football club. It's our name we need to put back in the limelight. No Steven Gerrard's, mate.
No, fair comment. That's a good point. Wait a minute, I've just seen the bistro, this year's bistro furniture. Butterbean's put it in the lobby, Fox. They're talking about expanding the bistro, and that's the new furniture, Fox. I hope you like it.
I do like them.
Right, thanks very much, Butterbean.
Well done, Butter.
I'll tell you what I'll do, Butterbean. I'll always volunteer to put it up. Somebody else can take it down. Is that all right? So, look, I get your point, Fox. I just think as a marketing ploy, a marketing tool, I would seriously think about it. But, I accept what you're saying as a counter-argument, but I would seriously think about it because the revenue stream that could be tapped is maybe worth it, depending on the deal they've got with Stevie G, of course. Bridgman?
My honest opinion, I would dearly love that Rangers brought out, or Hummel brought out the orange strip with Mr. Gerrard, number 8 on the back. And I think that would sell like hotcakes, and it would make Rangers a big load of money. And then the Rangers strips would come out themselves. And I think that's the way we should start it. We should use whatever PR we've got, and we should go with Mr. Gerrard and Mr. Gerrard's Rangers team, if you follow what I mean. Link the two together as much as possible, and let's go with that. As far as I'm concerned, we got to cash in. I feel as a business we've got to cash in. We've made massive investment into the club under Mr. Gerrard, and if we can get some money out of Gerrard's name, go for it. And that's my opinion. Go for it.
What have we spent so far generating Fox and players? Hello, Fox.
Sorry, Ox, just about 5 million. What
we getting?
But I think we've increased the wage bill by quite a lot. So all in all, probably about maybe 7 or 8 once you add in the extra wages. So maybe even more than that, mate.
What have we get in? We'll get some money for the one that's went to Australia. And obviously a small money for Liam Kelly, I believe. There was some money part across, but it wouldn't be a lot of money. He's only a young goalie. Is that about it so far? Obviously Dodo went to Blackpool. Jordan Thompson's been freed, went to Blackpool. Jason Holtz went to Fleetwood. Have I missed anybody? Kenny Miller's been released. He'd be on decent money. Anybody else? That about it?
I think that's most of them. Mm-hmm. There'll be more away. Like, can I just make a quick point just on Fox's point? Now, I get where Fox is coming from because our love Rangers Football Club, right? That's a fact. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if Steven Gerrard's or Steven Gerrard isn't there. We're going to buy shirts, whether we're bottom of the league, top of the league, Championship, League 1, League 2. We've all done it. We bought the shirts. We turn up. We go there. What we're trying to do with the Steven Gerrard thing is open the market up to people who maybe wouldn't have an interest in Rangers but will have an interest in Steven Gerrard. And we're not just the only club that does it. All the clubs do it. You look at David Beckham, clubs he went through, all the shirts that were sold for LA Galaxy. Manchester United, like Paul, but they're all doing the same thing. Ronaldo at Real Madrid, Messi at Barcelona. They use their biggest names to reach out to people that would maybe not buy shirts before. And I think that's what the club's trying to do. Maybe, not maybe as much as reach out to me, Foxy or Bridgeman or yourself, who all go to games, or anybody who's listening. It'll be ones in countries who maybe wouldn't have had an interest before, but will have an interest now. And I think that's why the club's using the Gerrard name as much as they possibly can to reach out to that potential revenue.
But we'll see if it pans out. I mean, I'm not saying it will, Fox. I'm just saying it's an idea, yeah. Just an idea, yeah.
No, I would agree with it on one term, mate. I would do it for kid sizes. Because I don't think that if the on-strip comes out, there'll be so many on-strips, kid sizes sold. And I think it would be a good thing for the young bears. I don't see many parents sending their range out to play in the on-strip. That's just only my opinion. And I think the on-strip's for the adults. That's my opinion.
100%. 100%.
Rangers playing blue. I mean, obviously, we like that kit as a third kit, be very popular, but I don't think it'll be as popular as the blue kit, will you, man? Ulster.
No, well, for me, the orange kit's amazing. If we can get an orange kit, fantastic. But Rangers, for me, is the blue kit. And the blue kit will be the one I'll be buying first, no matter what happens. And if there's an orange kit, then I'll buy it as well, and whatever else there is. And the orange kit's a big thing. Fans have been desperate for a long time. But I would agree with yourself. It'll be a great seller. Probably one of the best away our third kits we've had in a long time, selling-wise. But I would say the blue shirt will still be the number one come the end of the season if you're looking at sales.
Here. I agree, mate. Well, how are you handling the positivity, Bridgeman? You've been quite a sort of glass half empty man.
I'm loving it. I just think that everything about the Rangers are now, to me, virtually everything's positive. The only negative I see about the Rangers is the way the press treat us, and particularly that mob across there and BBC. Other than that, I'm just over the moon. And I hope somewhere along the line we get a resolution to the BBC thing. My honest opinion is we should just ban them completely. But we need to go through the SFA and SPFL to do that. To get them away from Ibrox altogether and stop reporting on us. If we could do that, I'd be even happier. Other than that, I'm very happy, very positive, and everything's looking good for the Rangers up to now.
What about you, Fox? You're quite a positive guy by nature, and you always look for the. Are you happy with the things are going? Did you see it coming?
I'm very happy with our management team, our backroom staff. I think it's a positive move, bit of a gamble, but I think we're willing to accept that as Rangers fans. On the signing side of things, I'm positive, but for me, I said at the end of last season, I'd rather see quality more than quality. Quality more than quantity. And as far as we're making out the rumours coming out of Ibrox, there's still 2 or 3 players maybe still to come in. But
who's gone for you? Hodgson, maybe Halliday?
If we can get rid of them, there's still 3 or 4 maybe that could possibly still go. As I say...
Could the boy Greg Docherty go out on loan, mate? Could he go on loan to maybe see a team in England try and improve him? Would that be a surprise?
For me, I say it was a big step up for him to come from Hamilton and more or less straight into the team when he arrived at Ibrox. I said last season that he would probably show his best form at Ibrox this season, and I think he'll be a major player through the season. In all possibility, if we're firing on all cylinders, we could possibly be playing up to 50 or 60 games this season. So the midfield engine will need to be renewed at times, and he's young and strong, that boy. He's got a wee bit of quality, and maybe with the likes of McAllister and Gerrard there, they maybe bring out the real quality that boy's got.
All right. Is that a possibility for you, Ulster? Could Greg Docherty go on loan?
It could happen, but I would be more where Foxy's thinking. I think with Stephen Gerrard, obviously, and McAllister, two great midfielders, learning him the ropes, and he is a good player. I think he came at maybe at a bad time, after Christmas, etc. We had a wee bit of a run, and then it all sort of fell apart on us. And I think Greg Docherty coming in, sometimes when you're coming into a club like Rangers, other people in the past, other players in the past, young players have come in, and obviously, if they're not having the best game, there's always people around them that's leading by example. However, Greg Docherty really hasn't had that, because we've had a standard at Ibrox that isn't really a Rangers standard for me, and I think that's maybe where he's faltered at times. Whether if we get, hopefully, with the experience that we have on the management team and on the park now, like Greg Docherty, I think could actually flourish this season. I'm hoping anyway.
But I mean, I've no qualms with Greg Docherty. I hope he kicks on, but it's up to the management team to look at his development and what's best for him, Bridger.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said earlier on about Greg Docherty, I've got my doubts. I'll say this in all honesty. I don't hold anything against the boy, but he couldn't get into the team the last couple of games. Found difficulty, and did he come on as subby in one of them? I don't even think he did. So really and truly, you've got to ask yourself now, the new management team might see something in him and change the way we play, and he might fit right into it. I hope it happens for him. I really do. But I just don't see it. Not at the moment. Hence the reason why I say, until such times as our management team get back home and start to tell us this is the way we're looking at it and how we're going to play, and this is what we'd like to see, and blah, 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 all the things that we want to hear, until that happens, and we're not going to really know what the squad's going to contain until such times as the manager ships him out on loan, just as you have commented on, or indeed we buy a new player and it ends up in the reserve somewhere. I just have my doubts about him. Sorry, boys.
Well, I don't want to time will tell. I mean, he's very young and got a lot of potential there, Fox.
He can also play in the right-hand side of the park as well. I mean, as I say, it's a long season ahead and there'll be injuries. And if young boys like him and Ross McCrory, we've no spoke where he's going to fit in either. A lot of Rangers fans have got a lot of hopes for Ross McCrory and would like to see him because he's a tough tackling, no messing about. We moved him into defensive midfielder. Him and the likes of young Greg Docherty, they'll get their chances throughout the season. And it's not going to be like last year where players are playing every week regardless of how they perform. I think Stephen Gerrard will be a lot more ruthless than that. And if you don't match up the week before, you'll not be automatic pick for the next game with him.
Here's a question for the 3 years in, and obviously it'll be interesting if the lobby wants to answer this. Steer goes, he answered just... Ellis, will he be playing for us at the end of the transfer window, Ulster?
Is this a one-word answer?
No, we're going to get to 11 o'clock, mate, so if you want to pan it out a bit,
Well, the only thing about Morelos is I just have a feeling, mate, that I don't know if it was tiredness. It could have been tiredness because he did play so early on the season in the league that he was in before. I think they started earlier than us. It was either that but in my opinion, I think his head was turned a wee bit, to be honest, with that last transfer window. And I think he was maybe a wee bit peed off. Would you say that he maybe didn't get his move that he was wanting? And I don't think he put in the same performances for us after that. But I'm thinking with Stephen Gerrard, I know we're saying that name again, could that entice, could that excite Morelos again to stay with the club and at least give us another year? It could well be possible. I think he is a goal scorer. There's certain games where he's missed some big chances. But I think if the right bid comes in, it's all about the money. And if the right bid comes in and Stephen Gerrard thinks he can, use that money and strengthen his team with maybe 2 or 3 players, then you'll probably see him going. But it's obviously up to the manager, But I'd be happy enough if Morelos is there at the start of next season because I think he's young. He's a wee bit to learn, obviously, but I think potential.
You'll be happy enough, but will he be? Yes or no?
I think he will be. I think he will be because I don't think we're going to get a massive bid for him. Can't see it happening.
Right. Fox?
Definitely be here for the season. I think we'll see a leaner, fitter Morelos this season. The frustrations that he showed last year was he was working as hard as he possibly could, and I don't think he had much backup a lot of times when he was up front on his own. He's hopefully going to improve in his shooting and taking the chances that's being presented to him. I think he's definitely going to be here under Steven Gerrard. I think Gerrard fancies him, mate.
All right. Ridgeman?
Personally, I hate to say it because I like the guy, but I think Rangers will sell him at the drop of a hat. I think that's what they'll do. As soon as they get a chance, a sniff of any money at all, I think they'll sell him. But who do I know? I just get that feeling that the Rangers want to sell him. And like Doherty, I'm not saying Doherty's as good as Morelos, but I like Morelos. I think all he needed was a big fella beside him, or a wee fella beside him, whatever, somebody to play alongside him and score the goal, sniff him out. But we're not going to get that. I doubt very much we're going to get that. I just don't see him playing for us. Sorry, guys, once again. Negative.
2-1. Yeah. Fox, are we shout out for the under 16s, mate?
They were playing in a competition over in Prague there, just at the end of the last week there, and they successfully get through to the final. Went 1-0 up, get clawed back to 2-1 down, and then scored an equaliser, and then went on to a dramatic penalty kick shootout. I think it ended up about 14-13 or something. So a big shout out to the young boys, another wee trophy for ever improving youth.
Something's gone right there now, Fox, eh?
Well, there seems to be more organisation around the youth now, and everywhere they're going, they're getting decent results. A thing that wasn't happening for years at Ibrox. The youth are being looked after properly now. I think that the backroom staff at youth level are doing a terrific job. And it's the money coming for the lotto and all that that's affording or making the funds available for these young boys to go and play in these competitions. And that's another big up for the Rangers support who back up all these things like the lotto and all that, you know.
Yep. All we just need is a couple of players to get into the first team, mate, and all that thing becomes really worthwhile, Bridgeman, eh?
Yeah, we've said this before. We seem to be that few steps short of fulfilling. And yes, I agree with you. We might be another season away before we start to see some youngsters actually pushing their way through, other than McCrory. Maybe McCrory's brother might be starting to push next year in the goalkeeping area. But you're right, we desperately need the success of youngsters coming through into the first team squad and even getting shown at playing a few games here and there to make them feel good and make everybody else feel around about us. I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to it. But it might be another season away.
Of course, some of the better under-20 players were taking over to Spain there as well. I think Zach Rudden, the boy Middleton, and another couple of them were there. So these boys are starting to get in and run about the first team. So we might see people like Jamie Burr-Jonas and things like that coming through onto the bench at Rangers. And that'll be a good sign that the youth system's working, mate.
Absolutely, bud, absolutely. And I think, like every other Rangers fan, we're just desperate for that type of success for our club. But if you think about what's happening right now, the manager's bringing in 8 new players, so he obviously hasn't had the chance to look at the youths to find out if any of them and when any of them would be available to and ready to make that step up. I know they're there, I know what's happening, but maybe another season before we're actually going to see it actually happening. Because remember, he was looking after the youth at Liverpool.
So it's a big gamble, Bridgeman, to go into a first team.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. He's got to get time himself and his people to look at it and they're going to tell you, right, that one's ready to go, and you could take them in and nurse them through, get them a game here and there. I think it'd be great. I think most Rangers fans are desperate to see it, seriously.
Jordan Thompson, is he somebody you'll follow, Ulster, for obvious reasons?
Yeah, well,
not quite cut it. Not quite cut it, but we wish him all the best.
Wish him all the best, definitely, because obviously for the national side, I'm hoping that he comes, and I was speaking to him actually at the Northern Ireland South Korea game, and I bumped into him and was chatting to him. And he's a lovely, lovely fellow, to be honest, a real good guy. So I'm hoping he has a really good career, mate, obviously for country now, not for club, but for country anyway. But I think that's one of the actual big positives actually for last season. I think at all levels, the youths were doing so good, and for the under 16s now to go ahead and win another tournament away, foreign country is fantastic, and I think that's one of the things we need to push on, because that's revenue, paying out and all these players all the time to try and sort defences out and sort midfields out. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to pick one or two every couple of years and bring them into the squad like we've done to like the young McCrory. And I think that you're going to maybe start getting that. I think your man, young Middleton, a lot of people raving about him, who talks about the youth, who watches the youth. They're saying he's a fantastic wee player. So the future's looking good for us that way.
Do you think there's going to be Ross McCrory could end up playing a different position, Fox? Potentially, say, as I said when he first came on the scene, because he's naturally right-footed, he's got decent pace about him. He's athletic, obviously he's hard tackling, and he'd be an asset. Because I don't see him as a centre-half. And depending how we set up, I don't know if he'll play in midfield. Could you see him changing position, potentially to right back?
Well, when I was over in Bangor, mate, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I spoke to the coach in Northern Ireland, and I was asking him how it was to find players over there. And we got round to speaking about Ross McCrory, and he said to me, if you think he's good at defensive midfield, wait till you see him at right back, which kind of took me back because I never seen him in that position. But you've mentioned this previously, and according to the coach, the scout, for Northern Ireland, he reckons that he's going to be very good at right back. So we'll need to see how that develops. And also he told me we'd signed a young up-and-coming star over in Northern. I think the boy's name was Lindsay. Clubs like Bayern Munich and Liverpool were chasing this young boy, but eventually signed for Rangers. So I'll look forward to looking out for that young boy making a wee mark at Ibrox as well.
I don't see McCrory as a centre-back personally, but I just don't see it. I think the boy is somebody who could help you out there. But if you want to play him at right back, him at the right, with his defensive qualities, his physicality, his speed, and he's not, what that would be, as a centre-back, you'd be really pleased for him to be beside you.
Yeah, of course. I think he's one of the star players that we've got from a youth perspective. I think he's shown this season, this last season there alone, he's got the abilities to do it. I don't see him as a right back, and I don't see him as a centre back, but I do see I think he's going to be a really good defensive mid. That's what I see him as. Now, whether in fact everybody agrees with that or not, I don't know, but that's where I would be concentrating everything about him there. I think good centre halves behind him, working and helping him, and vice versa, him helping them will make a big difference. It makes a big difference to his game. He'll have a lot of confidence, build his confidence, and so on and so forth. That's what I feel. I think he's a great player, and he needs a good defence behind him. He absolutely does. And let's go for it. Let's go, Rangers. Let's go.
Let's go. Any thoughts, Ulster?
Well, that's actually, I hadn't heard Fox saying that before, to be honest, and about the scout obviously saying at the right back position, and them scouts all know they're doing their homework at all times, so they watch all the different young players from all around the world. So I would take his word for it. I think if he says he's a top right back from what he's seen, then I would say he's probably right. Whether or not he could, I like him in the centre defence mid role. I don't think he's a centre back of a two pair, and to be honest, I think we've seen that a few times. It's just, for me, it's just not his position. He flourishes far better when he played in centre defence mid. But if Stephen George looking to play a back three, could he be one of the three and playing maybe that right hand side? That could be another option. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see what Gerrard has in store for him.
Yeah, just let us all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just let us all. We'll start getting clues when we have the bidding game, but no always the greatest when, you have maybe 16 substitutions, Bridger.
Yeah, we don't want anything ridiculous, but we want everybody. We want to see all the players, and we want to see some. Obviously, Rangers fans want to see the Rangers team playing well, and what the effect. We'll not see nothing until they have the Gerrard effect until you see this. You need to see it with your own eyes, don't you? Really, but we're ever so hopeful, and we're ever so hopeful for Gerrard and his management team. Can I say a big shout out to Mr. Gerrard and all his management team? I think they're doing a fantastic job. They've got us on tenterhooks here. We don't know where we're going. We don't know who's coming, and next we can talk about this and talk about that. It's amazing what was happening. I wish them all the best out there in Spain. I hope they get settled and they come back here and they get whatever players they want in. And there's no arguments then about, well, I wanted this and couldn't get it. Get what you want. Let's see what you can do and prove yourself right. Good luck to everybody.
Would you not like to see the first 60 minutes I'm fielding the team that we're going to play in the European game?
I would think so, mate. You've got to get something like that right.
I would suggest so, but who knows? Who knows what the guy's going to do? Well, we don't. That's the reason why I'm saying we don't get any information. The guys are all sitting there in Spain. We're getting new signings, and the team are in Spain. So we're getting these new signings, and all the time we're getting talk of others. Whether there's any truth in that or no, I don't know. Excuse me. But I'm delighted with what's happening, really and truly. Just desperate to see them, to see what they look like.
Just before we finish up, Fox, what do you think of the way things have been done now? There's been a mindset, maybe personnel change in the way the media and the Rangers website itself has been more proactive. Obviously, we've got a guy for STV who's tracking our training camp, which is unbelievable. Is there a sea change, Fox?
It might appear like that just now, but I don't think that will continue. I was quite surprised that Radio Clyde was allowed to get interviews as well. Couldn't get a bigger Tim station than that for me. I think it'll be the usual. They're just looking for the big story to fill in during the summer, and then they'll go back to normal. Especially the BBC, as Bridge will tell you.
Leopards and spots, is that what you're saying?
Yep.
All right. Bridgeman?
Well, you guys know how I feel about all these people. And Fox has just said, he stole my words, basically. But what I believe has happened is the club has invited, or Gerrard has invited all the Scottish press to come across to Spain.
What about the club's website as well, mate? Things have changed.
Oh,
there's stories every day, there's videos, there's interviews.
They're getting more and more conscious of the fans need to know this. And I think they got a bit of a howitzer at the last AGM about the lack of communication. So they've got the department all set up, and it seems to be running now. And this is what you're looking for. You need as much information as possible, in a nice way, positive way. And I think everything about it, press-wise, it's all looking rather good. I'm like Fox. I'm a wee bit suspicious of some of them, but the idea that if Rangers have invited everybody and the BBC have reneged and said that they don't want to go, that's one thing. If we haven't invited the BBC, then that's another thing. So I think we need to get that sorted out one way or the other. Either we're in with them or we're not with them. If he's going to have an open invitation, it should be including the BBC, and if they don't want to go, then that's good. So I'm happy enough with that. But I think you'll hear over the next day or two, particularly in among the Rangers forums, you'll find that the BBC have been the whole day they've been absolutely pounding Rangers, absolutely pounding them with the negative stuff. I believe they've had a phone about the boy Flanagan.
No.
Sorry.
Read the script before you start. Ulster, have you been following Rangers TV, mate? Rangers, the website's changed dramatically, positive stuff.
Yeah, whoever's in charge of it now, he's doing a great job on Twitter or on Facebook, on the site. everything, you're getting information all the time. It's absolutely amazing. And it's one thing I haven't actually bought into myself was Rangers TV, but I'm actually really, really thinking about it because you're getting wee teasers. You only get about 1 minute. Obviously, we interviews you only get about 1 minute, but obviously the main interviews you only get if you sign up to it. That's something I'm thinking about doing.
Yeah,
in
private a month, mate. I think.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. And previously, I never thought about it because I didn't think there was maybe enough information happening apart from games, and you're only getting them obviously if you're overseas. But yeah, I think it's something I'm going to buy into because they're doing a lot more work on it, mate, and the stuff they're bringing out now is constant. So it's something worth buying into, definitely.
$5.99 a month, folks. That's a half pint of lager where we were last Friday. Anyway, we've came to that time in the evening, lads. Quickly, last words to Bridge.
Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, hats off to the Rangers. Keep it going for the boys. Keep it going.
Yeah. Thank you, Bridge. And Fox, when will we be back? Fox?
Sorry, mate, I was just getting the tune set up there. I'm not quite sure, mate. Did you not say next Monday?
A week on Monday.
A week on Monday.
The full season 2018-2019, eh?
That sounds good enough for me.
If anything breaks this week, we'll be back on. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time to listen to Rangers Radio. We'll be back possibly next week, but definitely a week Monday to start 2018-2019. Take it away, Fox.
There's a pub in Green Street where all good proddies you will meet. So come down here and together we'll have a jab. A welcome there you will receive, so good that you won't want to leave. A fine wee pub is Saltcoats Mermaid Bar. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. We all support the Queen and Crown. The prices here are the best in town, and the bar staff, they are one terrific crew. Everyone laughing, full of cheer. It's one tremendous atmosphere, singing to support the red, white and blue. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. It's nice to come to the Mermaid Bar when Rangers are playing at Ibrox Park. You'll forget your worries and all your cares, singing songs against the Thames before you watch the Rangers win. For everyone here supports the Teddy Bears. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. If you are up from Belfast town, Tyrone, Fermanagh or County Down, Armagh, Antrim or London, Derry shores, the Mermaid is the place for you, so come and have a drink or two. Next time in Saltcoats you'll want to come back for more. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in